Ooh, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Vampy Book Club. You guys know I can't get this show started without my two main men, Dollar Dale.
Dollar Dale's here.
All right, hold on. There we go.
There he is.
I clicked the wrong thing. Here you go.
Button.
Technical difficulties, guys. My bad.
Yeah, it's ID 10.
Yeah.
Error code.
Yeah, and then we got the Triple B.
Oh man, dude, I'm back on the basement studio. I'm so loving it. Dude, you guys, everybody's here watching. You got to be so excited. We're getting Vampy Book Club right here. I believe we're talking some crazy Vampirella. We got Dollar Dale. Man, we got Cantonese Comic Book Kid right over here. Let's freaking go.
All right. So what issue are we on? I think we're on issue 40 finally. And we left off last week. This is actually a continuation. We left off last week on the Headhunter of London. And we get to meet some relatives of his. Did you guys like the relatives, or did you like or are they as crazy as he was, or crazier?
No, like what the bleep, freaking Jeff, dude. What are you telling me? Like now we're gonna get a two-parter? I didn't even know that this was gonna be a two-parter.
Right.
And we started reading it, so that got me super jacked because we got a continuation from last week's until this week's, and this just probably came out maybe every other month. So like imagine back in 1970, like 76, when this thing came out. You're getting 1 and 2, so hell yeah, dude. So we're getting a continuation story of Jack Darcy right here,
and we meet his two other siblings, two other crazy sisters.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we get a nice Jose Gonzalez pinup again.
I like what they do with these magazine styles, where like you're gonna go ahead and get, because this is Vampirella, and she's gonna be like the host of all these 6 scary stories that are coming out. And so you get a little, she's telling you what's going to come on in these issues. And I freaking dig that. And what I dig even more is that we get a Vampirella full story in this one. But you get to watch her like like watching her like in the movie, right? But you get to watch her like throughout each story, and she'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about what you're about ready to read. She's the crypt key. She's, the crypt key right over here. Should I turn on his light?
No, she's pretty much the crypt. Yeah, she's pretty much the crypt keeper of, of Warren. She's she's pretty much Uncle Creepy, Eerie, and all those. Because
Elvira, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She's the host of this magazine, and that's what's so cool about it. What I freaking dig about these magazines is like you get this hostess, and like she's super sexy, super hot, and she's going to tell you a little bit about these stories, and you get to read this whole like story, and it ends. You got a beginning, middle, and end of these stories, and so it's like you don't have to wait on it. But you know what Vampirella is doing? She's actually what Flexman Luau right here, the writer of this, he's going to go ahead and try to like continuate stories from issue to issue. So like you're gonna have these one shots in these stories, because there's 6 stories in each one of these issues, but he's gonna try to tie in Vampirella and make it an ongoing series. And that's so cool about it.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
He's gonna try.
Well, let's before we get rolling here, I found the original painting on Heritage again. So you two want to take a good guess to see what the painting went for?
I get my left nut.
I'm gonna say we're all too broke for what it went for in 2018. What do you think, though?
Let's see here.
You're gonna give me your right nut?
Let's see here. So, what did it go for? $500,000.
What you thinking, B? If he's saying
Yeah.
5, what are you thinking?
I'm right around there. Like, oh, dude, this thing's so amazing. But maybe, I guess I go half, like maybe $250,000.
Okay, let's see. Drum roll, please. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it?
$9,000. Oh, shit, I'll buy it tomorrow.
Golly,
I'll
look,
buy that
that's
tomorrow.
amazing.
Yeah, but that was in 2018. But if it came up on market today, I think it will go for a hell of a lot more.
Dude, that's amazing. I
That's
love like
right.
all
Yeah.
the trade
I'll tell
dress
you.
ripped off
You
of
tell
it.
you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey telling us that too broke to pay for it. It's like, man, it's only $9,000. It's only $9,000. You're trying to talk about.
Not now.
I forgot we brought up the Frazetta ones and the other ones. I forgot this one is a little more affordable.
$9,000.
Yeah.
Jeff, you could afford it if you actually saved your money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other thing I found out about it, the Spanish edition or the Spain edition, it's actually Vampy on the cover. They actually painted Vampy on. Inrich actually painted Vampy on the cover. The other thing is, after this cover, several years go by before he starts painting other women on the cover. He starts painting Vampy nonstop from here on. So, because a lot of the figures aren't her. A lot of the figures are different characters, but it has something to do with the story because it's a cloaked figure that, and it's supposed to be Vampy anyways, but it doesn't tell me what, like, I read up, it doesn't tell you why he didn't paint him as Vampy, but the Spanish version of it is Vampy. Unless he sent it in the US to Warren, and Warren said, I want a naked chick on the cover instead of Vampy. Yeah, that's the only other reason I can think of, because if the Spanish version of it or the Spain version of the cover has Vampy on the cover, it means he sent the painting over here and repainted it over there.
Now, is there the Spaniard version floating around somewhere?
Probably. I couldn't find anything, but I'll do a deeper dive and look and see for next week to see if I can find it this week. I looked hard for it, so I couldn't find any other. But I probably know a couple people that might have the Spanish edition, so I may reach out to them and see if I can get a photo of it.
Awesome.
And see it. Yeah.
I'm freaking hard just looking at this thing right now, dude, if you know what I mean. This thing is freaking amazing. Like, golly, dude, look at Vampy right here. Like, I know, like, she's that model that he uses, the drawer. Oh my god, dude, this thing is stunning. I'm loving retro art. I'm loving the nostalgia on this one, 1970s, 75. This thing is great.
Yeah, and then at least it has something to do with the story, at least this time. Not like last week where they had
exactly. And the story really got me. So, like, whenever you want to jump into that,
here we go.
Can jump into it.
Yep, that's where I was going. So let's head down to the story. Let's see, what page is that? Not this one. And so the story is the Nameless Ravisher. Yeah.
No relation to Ravishing Rick Rude. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me underneath my hoodie right here. I'm Rick Rude, baby.
Yeah, but I was surprised. Well, I almost forget sometimes when I read it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the 75, 1975, because there is a couple of parts that I would think would not fly by now. Yeah,
no, totally, man.
Yeah, because
I
read
some of this stuff, I was like, wait a second, that works back in 1975, but like in 2026, I don't think it would fly over too well.
Yeah, right? It would be bad. Let's just say she would have got canceled for this.
For sure.
Yeah. Too many sensitive people nowadays.
Yeah. But then we get introduced. Well, it pretty much the top half of this tells you about the headhunter, about how she took care of the headhunter, and about that he had two sisters pretty much. and we end up getting introduced to the two sisters here. So
Yeah, I like how the beginning of the book they Luau, he tells you straight up like what happened in the last issue. So if you didn't read that one, it really ties in, like it's almost a part two, a
right.
continuation. And I had no idea that I thought after I read the end
Well,
of
you didn't
of
hear
last
me
year.
tell you guys last week. I go, you guys are gonna end up meeting Jack's two siblings or something like that. I told you, I
Exactly.
gave you guys a heads up. Yes, last week.
Yeah, you did give us the heads up, and like, you know what? It come fruition because this is what we get, man. We get like now his sisters are like, dude, they're wild. They're like, they didn't want to bury him. They sewed his head back on. They're keeping him in a chair. And
They
like,
pretty much did what Jack did to his heads, pretty much, if you think about it. But what do we think of the guy's art again? It's the same guy from last week.
Again, I'm like, yeah, there's some good panels, and then there is a lot of not good panels.
I'm wondering if he, like we were saying last week, if he had when he has time, it gets good, and then when he gets rushed, maybe.
I kind of feel the same way as last week. Yeah, it's just all right.
Yeah, I want to think what you think, Dale. Yeah. Like some of the panels, Dale. Like, what do you think? Like, I mean, some of them could be good, and then some of them are like not enough time. That's not
right.
Very,
I don't know. Just his style. I just don't like it. I don't like it very much. It's like his style is
me
like
too. Me either.
There's like the cross hatching and all that stuff for shading and all that. It's like
right.
I'm just used to for black and whites, if it usually ink wash or whatever, just to have a little grayscale on it, but there's not really much.
What
and I'm giving it grace because of
right.
If it was scanned, and I understand it's going to come out darker.
I even looked at it in the book. You know what I mean? I even got the hard copy and looked at it. I'm like, oh my god! I thought this guy's art was bad because of the scan, but I go, man. I looked at it in person. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't us three wrong. We can't draw like he can, but still, he could have done a little better because Vampy's face again in this one drove me nuts again. Vampy's face drove me crazy again.
It did. And what I think about with this one is like the stories. I'm a spoiler. The story, I love the story. I love the story, but the
story was good, but art
doesn't meet the story at all.
Yeah. That's the only problem. That I had to was story was great. Freaking art was another freaking. It's gonna be a low one for me again. But I had a feeling when I saw the name, I'm like, it's gonna be a low one because looking at it, I'm like, oh boy, I'm like, yeah. So. But let's dig into this thing. Well, we get introduced to the two sisters. The two sisters are arguing right now about, should we bury Jack or we should, this and that. No, we're just gonna stuff him.
That's so fucking crazy. I'm sorry.
No, we're good, man. We're good, man.
All right. That's so freaking crazy that we're just gonna sew his head back on him and then like sit him in the chair. It was like, wait, what? And like, so who are these? So obviously these sisters have something sinister going on with them, because if they knew what Jack was doing, because like, oh, he only kept heads of all of his victims. He wanted to hunt like all of the crazy game. What's the most scariest game that you can go out there and hunt? In human, human is the most, but he went and found
a Draculonian.
Yeah, Draculonian. and that is probably the most dangerous game that you want to go ahead and fight, because I don't think that you can win on that one.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny. Sisters are talking, and sisters goes, we want revenge on whoever, on Vampirella and whatever. So I thought it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, this part I was a little confused about. Were you guys confused about where the hell Pendragon's at? Because I thought he was like at a rehab or something.
Exactly. That's it was really weird because like they say here, like he's in like a hospital because he got shot from that dart from last week.
Oh
Remember?
yeah. I
Last week
forgot
he
about
got
that
shot.
dart.
Bam. And it's like she sucked out some of the poison, so he's like trying to rehabilitate from that dart. And like Vampy's like, I can come see him during the day. And I dude, okay. Vampirella and Pendragon, like she like for some reason that's her man, but it's not her man. Like it's like her grandpa. She wants to be there and help him no matter what. Like that's like his Vampirella's best friend. Okay, let's talk about it. Vampirella's best friend is Pendragon, and she's like, he's in the hospital. He's recovering from the poison that got shot to him from Darcy from the last episode, the last issue. And so she's like, I'm gonna come see him when I can during the day. And it's so funny because like Pendragon's over here is like, thank God they give me brandy, thank that our scotch, I got some scotch and water. Scotch and water is like the best healing point. How can you heal yourself? Is from scotch and water. And so,
I thought it was funny. I'm like, is he in the oh yeah, he's in the hospital. I forgot all about it until you said it now. I forgot that he got hit by that dart.
Yeah, because they mentioned that. And so like she's like, oh, I'm so like afraid to leave him alone. Meanwhile, why these twin sisters from Darcy, Jack Darcy, is they're plotting their revenge on Vampirella.
Yeah, but the problem is they don't know she's not a human female. She's a freaking Draculonian from a different from the stars.
but they bring up like fucking dark magic, They bring up this stuff, and it's like, so like, dude, like for real, like the writing on this and between the both issues, like it comes full circle. I get what Luau is doing right here.
Flexman Lowe was doing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Flexman Lowe was doing. Yeah. Like I said, when he has 2 issues to do, like when he has story arc type stuff, it's stronger. But when he has 1 issue, he tries to cram way too much in 1 issue sometimes. Yeah. I mean, honestly, because he's done it before, where he's done what was it? The one in France, the care,
you were talking about the one where they were in France. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. The previous couple of issues back, where he tried to throw pretty much the whole freaking pasta bowl on the wall and to see what pasta would stick.
And with him doing that, he should have like spread it out between
like
like
this.
2 or 3 issues, and maybe that was the beginning part of his story. Like he threw it out, and we were like, okay, that didn't kind of work, but let's maybe make it a 2 or 3 issue arc,
right?
Because we only get like 10 pages, 12, I think, and this one's like 12 pages of Vampirella.
He got lucky. He got 12 this time. He got lucky.
Let's throw that in there. And I think like even if you read the fan notes and everything, they want more Vampirella. They want more of her story.
Right.
And like if that's what the fans want,
we're gonna give it to them.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right.
But what do we think of Vampy's face in these shots?
Okay. All right. I mean, there's a couple that are like they're really bad. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I say it's like a toad face.
Right.
It really looks like
I thought it was a thumb. That's what I thought of. Like a thumb.
But there is some. Honestly, there's some really good panels in this.
Right.
And it's like it brings me back to last week how we talked about maybe there was a ghost artist in this one. So like I didn't know, because like I was thinking that, and I'm like, oh well, this panel looks good, but this one doesn't.
Could be, we don't know for sure. He could have had a ghost guy do it, because like the top panels, you know what I mean. So like him and the sister and Jack, these panels look okay, and then even Pendragon's face looks okay. But why the hell did you do make her look like make the main
Thumb,
character's
yeah.
face look like a damn thumb.
Yeah.
Because that's all I could think of when I saw this page. I'm like, why does her face look like a damn thumb? That's all I could think of was a thumb the whole time.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And then, like, we'll see another panel here where her face doesn't look like that at all. That
Right.
brings me back to the ghost inker or the ghost writer.
Either it's an inker or either it's him doing the art and the inker saved the freaking page because.
All right, so this is perfect right here, Jeff. So
yeah,
up here on the left-hand corner, she looks like the thumb that you're talking about. But then right next to her, with her looking back over at Pendragon, when he's getting there to drink some booze, like I know with her eyes closed, she looks good.
Yeah, she looks decent. She doesn't look like the thumb like she does in the two other panels.
Maybe it's the eyes that he can't draw.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because right now, like
her eyes are closed. When her eyes are closed, it doesn't look like a thumb.
Yeah.
But when her eyes are open,
kind of like Rob Liefeld, who can't draw hands or feet.
Right.
Exactly.
So maybe this guy can't draw eyes. So what do you think, Dale? What did you think of her face?
Yeah,
because that's all I could think of.
I just don't. I didn't like the artwork at all. It's just I had a similar feeling as the last issues, and so
yeah. But my thing was when I read this, no lie, guys, I read this freaking panel, and all I could think of was, why does her freaking face look like a thumb? All I could think of the whole time was when I read this freaking whole because that's not supposed to be what catches your attention. You know what I mean? It's like, but I'm like looking at that page, I'm like, why in the hell does her face look like a thumb? The whole time I'm like, damn, because honestly that panel pulls your attention. If you're reading it, that pulls your attention, like how bad it is.
Yep. And that's what sucks about it is because like the art isn't very great, but the
story's strong.
Overall, the story is like awesome. Like I love the story. Like I dig what they're doing with the story. It's just that the art couldn't freaking compete with what the story is trying to tell you. So like I look over past it. Like when I was reading, I'm like, okay, I get the art, but when I'm reading it, I'm like, man. And you know what's so funny about this? If you guys are watching this here, you're watching this on the rewind, is that like when you start reading these Vampirella stories from, we're talking war in 1975, 70-ish, is like I can't put it down. Like I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and like I'm gonna start reading it. Right. I'm just gonna start
rereading them. Actually, it's like
I read it and I'm like, I can't stop reading it until the story is done.
Right.
And that is what makes a comic book. Don't worry about like the art. Don't worry about the continuity of what they're doing on your book. When you're reading it, if you're intrigued about it and like you start reading it from beginning to end, you can't stop. I'm like, I'm only gonna read like 2 pages, and then next thing I know, I read the whole thing,
right?
Because I loved it.
All right, I got a question I got a question for Dell. Did the story at least intrigue you? If the art was bad, but did the story at least intrigue you this time?
Not really. To be honest about it, it's like it was okay. It's like, but I'm like. The story didn't really captivate me,
right? Not like the Dracula one, and not like the when the drug issue. So I got you.
Yeah. So like as of right now, it's just there have been some stories that have even with the one-offs and stuff like that have been okay throughout the run and stuff like that. But as of right now, right now is like the only story in this Warren run that has really truly piqued my interest in Vampirella has been the one that involved Dracula, simply because like I said before, since it gave Dracula like a different origin story and everything, that making him an alien as well from Dracula, it fits with the name Dracula too. So it's like, all right, cool. It's like and the whole little story that I was behind it. If you guys haven't read that, who are watching this, I personally like that one. But as far as like the other stories, there have been some hits and some misses, and
But that's what every run of anything that has a long run. It's always been like that. It's either it's gonna hit or certain issues are gonna hit, certain issues are gonna miss. And right now, this one didn't. Me and B actually didn't mind this one because the you know what I mean. The art still crap. Art's still crap, but at least the story was stronger than the art this time. So it helped, a little bit. But it didn't help it a lot because it's my like I said, is it going to be lower than last week? You guys are going to have to find out after we finish talking about this. But it might be. Yeah, you never know. But yeah, and then we get Pendragon drinking again in the hospital. I'm surprised he has that booze. Yeah.
Fucking Pendragon, dude, the most underappreciated side character of all time. I love this guy, dude.
Right.
He is the man, dude. He's dude.
I wish I would, like me and you were saying, I wish they would actually bring him back in Priest's run. Either Priest's or either
it's gonna happen, dude. I know.
Either one of the
Tom
two.
Zagosky.
Yeah.
Tom Zagosky and Jenna Ashkin.
Right.
Let's get Pendragon back in there because
right.
He's the what you said, I believe, last week.
Right.
He is the audience. He is you. He is you. And you can just be sitting there and I love this story because of how freaking Vampirella's I love she pretty much tells him that she loves him as a companion, not as a lover, no, as a friend.
Right.
And he is her best friend. And that's what we are. We're we are Pendragon. We're her best friend, and we just get to watch her. He's when you get to the end of this issue, he's I don't want you to be drinking blood. You can do better than that. And she's like, I know I can not be drinking blood. I know I can do better than that. And she's and she's so afraid to tell her friend.
Yeah, that she did.
That she drank blood, but she had to.
Right.
The only way for her to win this issue was to drink blood.
Right.
And so it's what am I supposed to do?
Right.
And as a good friend, you're going to be okay, I understand that.
Yeah, pretty much. But right now in this, in this panel here, the sisters are actually calling something up. It's conjuring something because we don't even know what it is because it doesn't tell you. It's a nameless Ravager. But we're going to be getting to some panels down here that I hope we do. Well, I'm not monetized anyways, but if I was, I probably would get the monetized after if we talked about it. But I'm not monetized, so I may okay.
So so Vampirella right here is leaves Pendragon over here at his spot, he's got to get ready, but they're sisters. Okay, so jumping back into where freaking Darcy was it John Darcy? Jack Darcy was taking off people's heads. We can't say that word on YouTube.
Right.
And using those heads as taxidermy and then put him up on his wall. And so that's what this character was. And so when Jack Darcy wanted to hunt the most craziest game, the most dangerous game ever, he found Vampirella.
Well, he saw her fangs first. That's what what attracted him.
Exactly. He saw her fangs, and he's like, "Oh, this is a different girl. This is a different game from." But he didn't know that she was from Draculonia, right? Yeah. And then he goes and tries to hunt her. Dude, are you fucking kidding me, dude? This is freaking Vampirella.
Yeah.
And
are you nuts?
Are you freaking crazy? She's like, there's no way. You're gonna live. And but that's what he wanted. He wanted the most dangerous game, and he found it. And what happened?
Well, we thought he was nuts.
Yeah.
His twin sisters are even more nuts.
Yeah, they're into black magic. What we find out in this one.
Yeah.
So Vampirella go ahead and take care. He's like, you know what? You can't do nothing to me. I'm freaking Vampirella.
Pretty
dude.
much.
I am.
In the last issue. Yep.
Come on, dude.
And then the sisters get kind of upset and they start messing with the black, like B was saying, messing with black magic. And here are these two conjuring to something up, and so something does come through, and let's just say it causes a lot of havoc for Vampirella and the sisters.
Yeah. They do, and I dig how that he wrote this, and I dig how they draw it. Like,
I'm surprised he actually. If he doesn't draw faces,
yes,
he can actually do okay.
Yeah, I think with the Grim Reaper here, pretty much. I mean, that's who he is. They don't say who it is, but they summon the sisters, summon the Grim Reaper because they're so like grief ridden. Because Jack Darcy died, he's the one that he was Jack the Ripper. Come on, that's who he is.
Pretty much, this is who's sitting in the chair. Anyways, it's Jack sitting in the chair. But
no, that's what's crazy is because they're like, hey, fucking Jack, this is our brother right here sitting in the chair, and it says it even if you read it. Is that like they didn't do what they were supposed to do? They were supposed to bury him, but no, they didn't bury him. They left him here in the chair, and they sewed his head back on because he got cut up from what happened. What he liked to do. From the last. Go watch last week's issue. So it's a continuation from part last week. So that's why I'm so jacked.
I told you guys it was gonna be interesting. And I'm glad B enjoyed it because I had a feeling you would when I read it earlier. Because I read it I read it at least 4 times. I read it the week before, and then I read at least 3 more times this week. So it's, dude, they look like hags.
Oh, dude, they're so bad. Yeah. The sisters are like witches and hags for sure.
Right. And I thought it was funny to get the hag panel here, and then to get vampy panel down below it. I'm like, okay, so I know where you're pulling attention, but we get the elemental guy. Supposedly the Grim Reaper, or it was the nameless. What was it? The nameless Ravager. So. It's some type of it looks like a Grim Reaper, but I don't think it's a Grim. It could be, maybe, but I think it's some type of demon.
I love it because it's like summoning some sort of demon. They don't know what to call it. The Ravager, it's a Grim Reaper, but it's not. It's something else. That's what's so scary and spooky about it.
And that's what I liked about the older Vampies was, you know what I mean? It actually, went into being a horror comic, and instead of trying to be almost what would you call now? So like a hero, trying to be an anti-hero type character now, you think?
What do you think, Del?
Well, Vampirella?
Yeah, comparing her now to back here, where she's more like a horror-esque character instead of now.
Yeah, I guess because I guess you could kind of say that she, like, in today's standards, she will be more like, I wouldn't say necessarily an anti-hero, but she's what I would say she's probably walking that line,
right?
Of like an anti-hero type of thing.
Because she has that lust for blood, so it's like in between, she wants to help humankind, but again, she has this bloodlust, and they say right here.
Well, because I guess you could say that she's walking that line of anti-hero ish type of situation. Because if you think of all other characters, like, say, like Spawn, for example. Okay, so if you know the history of Spawn, okay, he made a deal with the devil, but he wants to kind of get his soul back. So he's, it's like kind of anti-hero ish, or like Frank Castle Punisher. He's kind of anti-hero ish.
Well, if we're gonna bring this up, Blade too. But Blade's in the same. Pretty much, Blade's in the same boat.
Blade. Blade because he was born a vampire, but he's a daywalker, but he wants to kill off vampires as well. He's fighting the urge of it's like in a way, a little different, but I guess like a softer version.
Or a cuter version.
It's like that's a no, dude, you brought up a perfect example because it's like it's the male version of Blade is a perfect example. Of it. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe I think like what she is like she is a vampire supreme vampiress, and but she wants to help good, like she's good and she wants to fucking hurt the bad people, right? Like anyone that's causing crime, someone that is like being evil, killing people, murderous serial killers, she's gonna find them and take care of them. Like she's like justice, but like justice for the bad people. So like anyone that's wanting to like hurt anyone, I gotta be careful with my words because I know we're on YouTube. But like she is like she's like the good. She is I guess Batman is the same thing where but Batman has no abilities. He has a bunch of
gadgets
and money that can make him better. But she is a vampire from Draculone that is not a real Dracula. Like she doesn't have to worry about sunlight. She doesn't really have to worry about
pretty
blood.
Much like I brought the devil was saying, I brought a Blade. So Blade's pretty much a good representation of her and him, because it's just a female version of him.
Yeah, maybe Blade stole fucking Vampirella. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Blade, they took what Vampirella is, because that good dude. Vampirella became before.
I have to look him up though. I have to look up the the dates and stuff and see if
I guarantee you right now. No. Vampirella is the original vampire that fucking is able to fucking take care of all of the evil. Like for real. Like no, for real.
No.
Like she is the one, and like all those other characters are copycatting her. And so they're copycatting Vampirella. Vampirella is the original one. And so like I'm sorry, I'm a fanboy. I love her. She is the original, dude. Vampirella is original.
Yeah, because Blade did he did come out after after Vampirella.
So the creators probably read these and freaking had an idea for something, and then you used it and used them.
Because Blade's first appearance in comics was a Tomb of Dracula issue 10, and that came out in 1973. So
73. So this is 70. So 69, 75. So
even Morbius, like Morbius ain't fucking the living vampire. No, they made Morbius. Oh, let's Vampirella's a girl. Let's make Morbius a boy and try. No, I'm sorry. No, it's Vampirella. She is the original. She's the one that made vampires like on the map, dude. I'm sorry. I'm standing my ground. I'm right here in my soapbox. I don't give a shit.
You're in pretty good company. I'm in the same boat you are. So
I'm sorry. This conversation wasn't supposed to go like that, but
I got you.
I'm my passion for her is like in this character.
This is the whole reason we do this to show people how much that she actually helped the vampire craze. She actually started some of the vampire craze stuff.
and made it like a anti-hero is what's awesome about it.
Right.
Because like vampires are supposed to be scary, but like now we get one that's an anti hero where she can help us humans because she's here on Earth. That's what's freaking amazing about her. Well, okay, sorry about that. We went off Scott.
We're all good. That's the whole reason we do these. So to actually talk about and have discussions about her. Anyways, the Vampy Book Club. You know what I mean? So it's supposed to happen. We're supposed to go a little off topic a little.
Yep.
But getting back to it, into the story, we actually get the elemental that actually almost drowns Vampirella in this one. In these
it's so wild.
Here. Yeah, almost drowns her. Yeah. And when all she is watering his rose, and a bunch of water comes out of this thing. First thing I would say, I would be, okay, something's going on here, because there's only a certain amount of water that could come out of this thing.
It's wild, because like the elemental shows up, the witches from Jack Darcy shows up, and
pretty much Jack's sisters show up. Well, they don't actually show up. The elemental
don't show up, but they're able to put a curse, like something like summon a curse,
right?
And it's all water, and like Vampy is like, what the hell? Why am I sort of drowning? Like, why is this room filling? It's cool because like Vampy doesn't understand what's going on. Like the Vampirella is like, why am I all of a sudden underwater? I gotta swim up. There's a door there. Okay, I'm gonna get to the door. If I get out of the door, I can get there. But then what happens when the door? She gets out of the water. She gets out of the water. What's gonna happen next? Fire! Yeah. Oh no!
Yep. And then she hauls butt. She runs and then almost runs into somebody, the guy, and then he telling the guy to run too, but the guy doesn't listen. And let's just say the guy doesn't survive her warning, pretty much.
Yeah, I think this is wild with the story. It's like they're trying to push the story forward. It's really like engaging with the story. It's like supposed to be suspenseful. So like you're reading this, you're flipping it out, you're looking at all the panels. It's really suspenseful. There's water. She gets out, and then all of a sudden there's fire. And then like she runs into somebody. She's like, there's fire coming on. It's like, damn, this girl's super hot. Like, what's going on, girl? Like he's like, oh, hey, what's up, girl? You look sexy.
And at least he didn't have the sun god going after him, but he had something else going after him, though.
And then all of a sudden the fire engulfs him, and then like Vampy's running. So
yeah, she's booking it again.
This is the action part. This is the action part of the story.
Oh yeah, here we get to the part that I was saying that the comics wouldn't allow today. I think is this part where she actually finally gets.
I know what you're saying. I know. I get the tree like. Yeah.
Pretty much. We don't want to say it, but if you guys really want to, the panel's up, so you
pause it. Pause it and read this,
and read this, and you can understand why we said comics would she would have got canceled today if this came out.
It's so funny. It's so funny, Jeff, because you brought it up before, and like, no, I know exactly what you're talking about right here. I'm like,
as soon as
I just say that, did it really do that?
Right. Our brains are set up to 2026, writing. So when we're reading this back, we're like, if this came out today, this would not fly. That's the first thing in my head. No. I'm like, that's the first thing when I read it, I'm like, it wouldn't fly today.
It'll be in a special section of the store.
Pretty much. Yeah.
What do y'all think about
behind a beaded curtain?
Yeah. Behind that curtain. What do y'all think about the panels, though?
Not bad. He actually didn't do too bad. And like I said, like you got me and you guys were saying, maybe
it got better at the end.
It got better towards the end. Maybe he had a little more time, or he's better at drawing this type of stuff.
Honestly, Jeff, that's what I was thinking. He's a little bit better at drawing like this type of stuff than like maybe close-ups.
Right. And because we were so spoiled with the Gonzalez's close-ups, we're like, damn, his close-ups suck. But we got spoiled with Gonzalez's freaking close-ups. His close-ups look like sketches. They're like like actual people sketches. So it was interesting to get into it, and then Tree almost doing something. You guys can put like a B was saying, you guys can pause and read what Tree almost did to her, but
That was a violation.
But yeah, so she becomes a bat. What the hell does he become? I forget, like a hawk, right? Or they said a hawk or something like that, right?
Something like that, because like the elemental is summoned from hell, and he can become anything that he wants to be. And like so like Vampy is getting ready to like die. Like the elemental is almost getting ready to kill her, and she remembers, I can just turn into a bat. And so she turns into a bat, comes out of it, like out of his grips. She's a hawk, but like she comes down as a bat, and it is able to get her bloodlust on. She needs that lust, dude, for blood.
I mean, pretty much. I would think Pendragon would forgive her, because she didn't go after a real human. She went after a creature type of thing. So
yeah. So what Jeff is telling about, like she promised Pendragon that she wouldn't freaking feed on blood anymore.
Human blood.
Human blood. But this is
this ain't he ain't human, or this thing ain't human. So she did keep the promise. She did keep the promise, because this thing is pretty much like a demon type character anyway. So so pretty much she kept the promise that I wouldn't drink blood, but he didn't say what type of blood. He said
that's what I loved about it. I mean, like it really brought human character. It brought a good story around, because like Pendragon is like suffering from a bite on his neck, and like
or the dart wound from the neck and her bite,
and she's like,
just looking at this freaking panel pisses me off.
Okay, all right, let's talk about it. What pisses you off about this one?
This one, it's not these two panels here. It's the last panel on of her face, of where it, like I said, that damn thing looks like a damn, because that's all that, when I read this page, that's all that was pulling my attention, was that face panel, that third face panel was pulling my attention every time. Like every time I would read it, that would pull my attention the whole freaking time.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the bottom panel, right?
No, the top one with the Vampy. The top three panels with Vampy. The third panel from that one.
I probably have to disagree with you on this one.
Disagree with me?
Yep. I like them both. I like all three of them.
You like all three of them?
Yep. I dig it.
Okay, you dig it. I don't dig it so much, because because the damn third one pulled my attention a little too much.
I think the frog face, the thumbnail face type looks bad, but like honestly, with these three, I don't know, dude. I think these ones are good, and that's my perspective.
I mean, I like the two panels. It's just the last panel I really don't like, because the last panel is the last panel is the only panel that pulled my attention. Every other panel was okay. It's just every time I read it, what got my attention on this page was that panel. It shouldn't have been that. It shouldn't have been it, but it should have been everything else.
Okay, I mean, what's wrong with it? Like, I like her bangs, I like her eyes, I like the eyelash, I like the nose, the lips, and everything on it. Like, honestly, like, I think it's a good little panel. Like, she looks surprised. Like, I get a surprise.
See, that's not what I got. It looked like she had Botox in her face. That's what it looked like. Okay. That's what it doesn't show. I mean, you seem to see emotion in it. I didn't see emotion in it. It drove me crazy, because I'm like, every time I would flip to this page, I'm like, why does this page and why does that panel always pull my attention? That's what drove me crazy, was that page. This page, that's the panel that would pull my attention. I'm like, why is that page put? I couldn't tell you why. I'm like, but every time I would flip to it, but that panel, it would pull my attention. I'm like, why is it pulling my attention? Yeah, I'm reading it, and I'm like, why are you pulling my attention?
Dell, what do you think? about the last. Dale, come on.
I just kind of look at it like it's just kind of goes with what we've been talking about. The artwork and Josh is inconsistent because it looks the face to me. It's just it's not that the face doesn't look bad. It's just like inconsistent to me.
Yeah. But that's my big. I think that's my biggest thing is how because that's probably why it pulled my attention so much was how inconsistent it.
If you just want to go with the just the panels, like if you're talking about these, just go off of these 3 panels, just like the very first one on the left to the one on the third one on the right.
Right.
Just it's a clear. Obviously, the third one's a more front facing face shot, and it's a little closer up. But then the one on the left, you still get most of her face. It's just like but it's still supposed to be a clear shot.
Right.
It's just like the shape of the face, just the jawline, and what happened with the nose, like the nose that just the nose alone is it's like almost gone, non-existent on the first panel to the left versus the one on the very right.
And I think that's what pulled my attention was her nose was the thing. It wasn't her face; it was more of her nose. That there's no but honestly, I was trying to figure out why that panel kept pulling my attention was because of and Del hit it right at the nail on the head was the nose. But I'm a little nitpicky. I can but we're supposed to not always agree.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So it's just funny because I'm like, but Del hit it right at the nail on the head was. I think that's the whole what kept catching my attention was that it was her. It wasn't the face; it was more of her nose because there's no nose. It's like the nose kept catching my attention. I think that's the nail on the head was no nose, or it looks like a nose or something like that. So that's probably what caught my attention so much every time I got to this page. But still, story wise, still strong.
So far this artist has been my least favorite artist out of the whole run. So.
Trust me,
I agree.
I agree too, man. Because let's see how low my number is this week compared to you guys. Because honestly, I think it's gonna be, and we're pretty much towards the end here. This is the last page here, so pretty much Jack gets up. Man, we didn't expect Jack to get up. I didn't expect Jack to get up. Did you guys expect the Jack to get up and then come towards the sisters?
Okay. So recap. So here we go. Yep. So like freaking Jack Darcy got decapitated from Vampirella, and he has 2 sisters, and his sisters decided that they would conjure some sort of demon to come and take care of Vampirella because like they know that Vampirella is the one that killed him. And so when this demon decides to come up and try to fight Vampirella to try to fight her, this demon can like take in different forms. He can turn into a bat. He can turn into a dog. He can turn into a wolf. So, but Vampirella's like too damn smart for that because she's an alien from Dracula. So like she straight up can like see this thing coming a miles away. And so when it tries to come to get to her, she is able to take it down. But damn, it turns into, I can't remember what it turns into, but like it gets Vampirella, and Vampirella's like, my last resort is to turn into a bat. And what she does, she turns into a bat and she flies around. Yep. And she can take her fangs from her bat form and it straight up suck the blood out of Elemental. This thing it's a demon. It was conjured from hell. And so the demon, like, this is what's really weird about me because I don't understand it. She sucks the blood out of it. She's able to turn back into Vampirella form, looking all sexy with her attire, and she wins. Like it's
pretty much she wins, and then I guess the elemental takes over Jack's body. That's the whole.
Yeah. The elemental ends up going over to Jack's body and takes over Jack's body, and like the elemental is so damn pissed off that freaking the sisters like conjured them, and like the demon couldn't take care of Vampirella, so like now he's Oh well, the sisters are the
Well,
one
the
that
sisters
conjured
don't
me.
know. It doesn't know. It's the conjured. It doesn't know. It's the
Yeah,
Ravager yet,
yeah,
because they think it's Jack coming back to life. So
exactly.
so they're safe in the pentagram. So guess what happens when they think it's Jack?
Yeah, because they got a salt around them, so it's a
Right.
pentagram, y'all. So like, if you put salt around you, you can like be safe in inside that salt. But what happens, Jeff, is
What
that
happens? They think it's Jack coming towards them, and they walk out of that damn thing and tries to go hug Jack, and let's just say Jack does some or the elemental does some not so nice things to these two sisters.
Yep, they went out of their protection circle. They got a
Yeah.
circle that they get protected. They walked out of it, and the elemental says, "Well, I
Yep.
can't have Vampirella because Vampirella is too damn strong. So I'm going to take care of you because this is what you summoned me to do." And
Right.
the elemental just takes care of them. It's
Yeah.
so
And-
good.
and then,
I love the story.
Yeah, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the story a lot. And okay, so let's get back to the front part of this, and then and we can start rating and
Okay.
pick up ability wise and all this other stuff we can talk about.
I'm sorry. I get so excited about
No,
this.
we're
like,
good,
you
man.
know what I
That's
mean?
the whole reason I'm doing this. That's the whole reason because you've never read these. I've read them at least once. So I'm happy to go right back through them again and actually I forget sometimes how much some of these stories, how how crappy some of these are and how good some of these are. So
Exactly. I get excited. I love them. I mean,
yeah.
I'm the fanboy over here on
No,
on
we're
the
all
channel,
we're both
so-
me and you
and
are
like-
both fanboys. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But I have a respect for some of the a little more respect for good writing.
exactly. The writing's great. The
Right.
art, well, on this one, we'll talk about that.
Well, let's get to pick up ability wise. Like if somebody really just came and just picked up this issue, could they just jump on, or would they need last week's issue too? I would think they would need last week's issue too. I would think.
Pickup ability is 2. It's
Mhm.
bad. It's down there. You have to know the story from
Right.
last week.
So probably about what do you guys say about
What do you think, Dal?
What do you think? You're the non-reader, non-vampy reader. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty low because it's connected to the previous issue, so it's not very good as far as to pick this up.
Would you say a 2 or a 3 or a 4?
I'll say a 2. Yeah, I'll agree with
2?
you guys on that one too.
Okay,
2 on that one.
Yeah, a 2 about pickup ability. But if you guys picked up if you guys did pick up last week and this week's, then it would be a little higher.
No, for sure,
it would be a lot higher. But if you do pick up issue for 39, 40, then you get the pickup ability wise would be a lot higher. But art wise, I gave it a 2 last week, and I really wanted to actually give it a little higher this week. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna stay at a 2. I was gonna give it a 1, but I'm being nice, and I'm giving it a 2. I'm giving it a little bit of a bump, and that's just a little bump, not even a high bump. I think he's gonna be our lowest ranking artist in the run. I think, but I'm not calling it now, but I have a feeling he might be the lowest ranking artist on this run so far. But it's a 2 for me. What about you, Dale? You gonna be nice, or you gonna be?
What did I put it at last week?
I think you put it at. I think whatever. B.
A 4, maybe. I think 4.
It's like a 4 or something like that.
Something like that.
I'm gonna put it the same as I put it last week. If I put it like a 4 or 5, whatever I said last week is good.
Yeah, 4.
Same.
Yeah, I think you said a 4 last week. I think 4.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Last week?
So he gives it 2. He gives it another 2.
I'm down on this one. 4, 2. It's a fucking 2, dude. It's a 2. It's not good, but the story is We're talking about story here in a minute, but
so Dale gave it so we all gave 2. So we're so we'll just match with Dale. It's a freaking 4, so it's a low score, but we both 2. So 2 plus 2, guess what? It's a 4. So pretty much Dale gave it so it's a 4. So it's low, but story wise, it's a lot stronger than last week. Or it's about the same strength, but I enjoyed it though. I'm
glad you did. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. So keep going.
Yeah, I'm glad I enjoyed it a little more. So I'll give it a solid 6. It's a strong 6 because only reason I'm giving it the 6, I would give it a lot higher if the art helped it a little more. If the art was a little more helpful, I would give it a little higher, but it's a 6. That's high compared to what I really wanted, but it's a 6. What about you, Dale?
What did I say last week for the story? It was like about 5.
Yeah, I think you said about a 5.
Yeah, I'll mention last week on that one, like a 5.
All right. A 5. What about you, B? I know you I think you ranked it at 8, I think, last week. I think. Or 9, I think.
I gave last week's a 9, and I'm gonna give this week's a 10. Or not 10, I'm sorry. I give it an 8. No, this is an 8 for me. This is great. I love the continuation from both stories. I love how the sisters got involved. I love how the person that died has sisters. So the continuation for both of them, an 8 out of 10. Right. If the freaking art was a little bit better, like, holy crap, this thing can blow your mind.
Yeah,
It's a little bit off on the art, but like story wise, no. Luau is Low is crushing it, and like
Lexman Low is stronger at two-parters.
I like how he's. I honestly like. Okay, a little quick story. So when I start reading these books, when I start reading these issues, like I'm gonna read it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read like 2 pages and then like come back. But every time that I read these Vampirella books, I don't stop until it's over with. And so I'm sitting on my computer. I turn it on. I load it up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read this page and this page. I'm like, no. I end up like I get lost in it, and I start reading, and I finish the whole story. Like next thing I know, like 15, 20 minutes gone by, I read the whole story. I'm like, that's great.
Right.
When a story can do that to you, and when you're reading a book and you don't want to put it down, that makes it a great story.
All right.
And whenever I read this, I don't want to put these down.
Yeah, I got the question for you. Does the priest run do that to you or no?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Like I will still like with Christopher Priest, I will because I'm so invested already, like because I'm already so long into reading.
Yeah, you and me both, but yeah.
No, I read it to the end, but I know that it's a cliffhanger at the end. I want to see what happens. Am I excited about reading it to the end? No.
Okay.
So there we got a little bit of difference. I want to read it to the end, but I'm not excited about reading it to the end. But when I get Tom Sagosky's run, like Armageddon, like I am like this. Like I want to read it all the way to the end. So
it's pretty much so Sagosky's run is similar to these, where you want to sit there and actually lose yourself in it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of the same way how I feel about when Garth Dennis was writing Punisher.
Okay.
To me, like as far as like Punisher, when it came to Punisher, it was like Garth Dennis was like probably my favorite of everything that's been written for Punisher. So
love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and then
I get what you guys are coming from.
Yeah. But like I said, we said, it's up to you guys if you guys want to go, find these issues and read them, or you guys want to. Find them digitally or whatever you guys want to do. If you guys want to check these out, or just check out, Vampy Book Club yourselves, and then you guys can pause it and read it yourselves, because we pretty much go through the whole Vampy story.
You're gonna have all the panels up there. Pause it and read it, and tell us what you think down below in the comments.
Yeah, tell me what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share this with all your friends. Tell them about Vampy Book Club every Sunday.
Share it.
But we got something. So next week we got 41.
Oh my god!
So I'm gonna give you guys a little taste of what at least the first panel page, and we get another Gonzalez, and then we get some interesting stuff happens. But what happens when she goes still in England, where she ends up meeting two brothers, that one's a mortician and one's a dog food plant owner? What do you guys think will happen? Will Vampy become dog food, or will Pendragon become dog food? So you guys gotta come back and find out what happens when Vampy meets a mortician and a freaking dog food plant owner, two brothers. You guys have to tune back in next week for 41. So let you guys know issue 41 is gonna be pretty cool. So, and
what an amazing cover! Oh my god!
Yep, another amazing Enrich cover, and then it's gonna be episode 42. This was 41. So we'll see you guys next week, and
thank you all for joining us. Love you all, mother bleepers.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week for 41.
And don't forget.